Hi beautiful, welcome to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be updating you on a lot of the new makeup that I have been trying for the past few weeks. I have quite a lot to get through. I'm super excited because I feel like these past few weeks I have found some really amazing products that I have loved. And then there's some that I'm just not as excited about, or there's just something else on the market that is as good, if not better. And so I'll definitely be telling you my thoughts on those as well. We have a lot of goodies to get into. If you like product updates videos, don't forget to give this one a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're new here. I do these videos periodically, and let's just go ahead and get started. There's a lot I need to update you on, and I have listed every single one of these products down below in the description box with timestamps. If you want to skip around, there's timestamps down there, as well as a shopping link for every single one of these products. If there's anything that you're interested in, please shop for it using the link I'm leaving you in the description box below. Whenever you shop from my links, you are helping out my channel, which is greatly appreciated. So please shop from my links down there. I'm going to go ahead and start with the Colourpop STIX. These sticks right here, there is bronzer, there's blush, there's highlighter. I feel differently about each category, so I'll explain in a second. And what they do all have in common besides the packaging is that they all retail for $10 each. I have to admit, for blush, bronzer, and highlighter sticks, $10 is absolutely an amazing price. Now there are some of these that I really like, and then there is some that I'm just not as passionate about. Let me go ahead and start by the highlighters. I have 3 different colors that were sent to me, and only one of them works for me, so right off the gate I am only going to be adding one of these to my collection, which is this color right here called Glazy. Now, do I recommend this product in general? I know it's only $10, but I'm honestly not the biggest fan of these highlighter sticks, not even for that price. The main reason is that after you blend them out, I truly don't find them to be that glowy on the face. A lot of my blushes have a similar amount of glow to what this highlight gives you. It just adds a touch more, and not in the smoothest type of way. I actually have a different highlighter that I'll talk about afterwards that I recommend more than this one. So I feel like these Colourpop items are good if you want to just try cream products for the first time and you don't want to spend a lot of money on them, just to see whether or not you like the experience of putting cream products on, period. You know, like if you've never tried them and you want to give them a try, this would be a good place to start, just because of the price point, so that you can then decide if you want to invest in more expensive products of this type. But other than that, I just don't really love the highlighters on their own. They're not terrible by any means, but there's just better highlighter sticks out there, is what my opinion is. With that said, just to keep it for reference, I'm going to keep the color Glaze for myself, or Glazy, I'm sorry, and then I'll be giving the darker colors away. So then let's focus on the item that I really like from the Sticks collection from Colourpop, and that is the blushes. The blushes I actually find beautiful. I find that they have a nice amount of pigmentation. I like that they have a natural to glowy finish to them. And here are the 3 colors that I have, which I actually really like. I find that these are long lasting. They have a natural to glowy finish to them, which I find very flattering, especially when it comes to blush. It doesn't apply to every single product, we'll get there. But for the blushes, I do like that finish, so I like these. I recommend them for $10. I think they are a steal. And so I will be keeping 2 out of the 3. There is one color that I'm not in love with. This one, I'm going to be giving away the color Invite Only, and I'm going to be keeping the shades Mini Me and the shade 22F3. So this peachy one I really like, and then I also like the light pink one. Keeping 2, giving away the darker one. And let's get into the bronzer. There's 6 bronzer shades total, so I'll only be keeping maybe 2 of them, and I will be keeping them for reference, not because I love them. Yes, the price is awesome. Like I said, if you want to experiment with cream products, it's a good price point to start. But let me tell you why I'm not obsessed with this bronzer. The pigmentation is fantastic. The blendability is incredible. I think the colors they created are going to be flattering on a lot of different complexions. My issue with the bronzer sticks is one and one only, and it is the finish of it. They made the bronzers with the same finish that they made the blushes, which is a glowy finish, and for some reason I just don't prefer glowy finishes when it comes to bronzer. I prefer my bronzer finish to be either natural or matte. I don't like when my bronzer is glowy because I put a lot of bronzer on and then it makes my whole face look very, very shiny. Like I'm wearing a bronzer right now that has a more natural finish to it, and this is like an acceptable amount of shine, but the Colourpop bronzers are very, very, very glowy, and so I'm just not into very glowy bronzers like that. That's literally it. That's the only reason that I'm not the biggest fan of these. But honestly, other than that, I think they're fantastic. I just don't like a glowy finish on my bronzers, and these are definitely very, very glowy. So let me tell you which colors I'm keeping and which ones I'm giving away. These right here are the two colors that I'm keeping. This one's too light, this one's too warm, and the other two are super dark. So the colors that I'm keeping are La Jolla Cove and Moonstone Beach. And then I'm going to be giving away the rest of them. In my last updates video, I was asked to kind of announce which products I have purchased myself and which products have been sent to me from the brands. So I think I'll add that to my updates videos. Why not? I usually say it in the review. These Colourpop sticks were all sent to me. So let's move on to the next product. We're going to talk about eyeshadow sticks next, and I tried eyeshadow sticks from two different brands in the past few weeks. I have these right here from Rare Beauty. These were a new Rare Beauty launch, and these are the colors of the eyeshadow sticks I got. These are all shimmer eyeshadow sticks, by the way, and I actually thought that they all performed really well. They're super, super soft, super creamy. You barely have to touch them to blend them out. You can easily apply them with your finger. You can easily do a one and done type of look with these. My two favorite shades, the ones that I would totally recommend the most, are the shade Well-Being and the shade Contentment. These right here make for very, very beautiful one and done shimmery eyeshadows, and so I love them. I highly recommend them. I'm going to say the same thing I said when I was reviewing these. I'm personally not the biggest fan of one and done shadow looks. I like to build my shadow. I like to have dimension. I like to just be a little bit more intricate with my looks, and I find that for the most part, powder eyeshadow palettes do a fantastic job at giving me the look that I want to acquire. And so for that reason, I don't see myself getting a ton of use out of these. However, if you are into cream eyeshadow sticks, I think that they are fantastic. I give them a 10 out of 10. They're soft, they're pigmented, they're shiny, the colors are beautiful. But I wanted to make it clear that I'm just not the biggest fan of this type of eyeshadow application, just in case you like don't see me wear these often in videos or ever again, I don't know. And you're like, well, she recommended those, and then I never saw her apply them again. It's because personally I like powder shadows better. With that said, I think that these are fantastic. These, by the way, were all sent to me in PR as well, which I am very thankful for, and I can't part with them quite yet. I'm not sure how often I'm going to use them, but I don't want to give them away, at least not yet. So I'm going to put them all in my collection as of right now. And so I pretty much feel the same about the Laura Mercier ones. Now these I do see myself getting just maybe a bit more use out of, because these are matte finish shadow sticks rather than shimmer finish shadow sticks, and there's a couple of them that are light enough that I can use as an eyeshadow base, and I do think that these make for fantastic eyeshadow bases. Those colors are Au Natural and the color Dune. The lighter colors right here I think make for fantastic shadow bases for powder eyeshadows, and so you might see me using these that way. With that said, I think that the formulation of every single one of these colors is amazing. In fact, a lot of you really, really loved the look that I created when I used them all in the review video. It was very, very natural, but like smoky all at the same time, and of course an all matte look. I honestly really liked it myself as well. But with that said, I find that with powder eyeshadows I can get the same look a little bit faster. I don't know, I feel like these are best for just using one or two colors max, not to layer them as much as I did when I was trying them all. So once again, formula wise, wearability wise, 10 out of 10. I really love them. They last for so long on the eyes. They don't crease, the pigmentation is amazing, but I just don't know how much I'm going to use them myself. And just like with the Rare Beauty ones, I cannot give them away quite yet, so I am going to be keeping them for now. And these were also sent to me in PR. I want to talk about the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Tint Serum next, and this right here is a sheer coverage product that has a beautiful glowy finish to it. I wore it a couple of times and I think it wears really beautifully throughout the day. It maintains its glowy finish. However, I will say that around my mouth area, which is my driest area of my face, I did see that it can sometimes after several hours dry out a little bit. Not much, not bad. I can only see it if I get very, very close to the mirror, but I can see it. My conclusion when it comes to skin tints and my preference personally in skin tints is that I like the skin tints that are very, very liquidy and pigmented, like the Rare Beauty one, the Too Faced Born This Way skin tint. Those skin tints I love because they feel like nothing on the skin. They are super lightweight, yet they have a nice medium coverage, versus this one here has a lighter coverage and a creamier consistency. That creamier consistency I feel like can sometimes make my pores look a little bit larger or give me some sort of texture. Like this type of creamy makeup just looks more makeup-y on my face than the very lightweight skin tints do. So I personally prefer the skin tints like the Rare Beauty one or the Born This Way skin tint from Too Faced over creamier ones like this one here. And so that's kind of my final thoughts on it. It's not bad. I'm gonna go ahead and say I give it like an 8 out of 10. Overall, it looks good, but because I have very, very dry skin, I just tend to prefer products that are more lightweight and more seamless, that just sink right into the skin rather than kind of stay on top a little bit, which is what tends to happen with the creamier products. So I liked it, but it's just not going to become my new favorite skin tint because it's just not as lightweight as I prefer. Almost forgot to say it, I did purchase this one myself. Moving on to a foundation that truly surprised me a couple of weeks ago, and that is this one right here, the Always On foundation from Smashbox. This foundation was not even on my radar. I honestly bought it because a lot of you said I should, and I am so glad I did. I tried it. It is a very lightweight foundation with great pigmentation. It is hydrating. It has a beautiful natural finish. Honestly, everything I like in a foundation, it has it. So I really, really loved it. However, I definitely wish that they had a bigger shade range in this one. I think that they did a good job at having shades for every single kind of category. They have fair, light, medium, dark, and deep, and they do a fantastic job at having a fair amount of each kind of shade category, but there's still only 30 shades, and so of course there is going to be people, in this case myself, that are not going to have their perfect shade in this formula. I ended up getting shade L20 Neutral, and this one, as you can see, is a little bit too dark for me. I thought in a couple of instances throughout the video that it looked good, but I was just being delusional. It's a bit too dark for me. And the L10 Neutral, which is the lighter neutral shade, was super, super pale on me. Like not even Winter Patty could have worn that one. It's very light. So I needed something kind of in the middle that would match me best. And so I'm sure that they have gaps like that all throughout the line because there's only 30 foundation shades. Besides that, I feel like this one, even though it wore beautifully throughout the day, I could kind of see getting a little bit drier towards the end of the night, like several hours in, 5+ hours in for sure. I could see that around my mouth area, which once again, it is my driest area, it was getting a little bit dry looking. So honestly, much better than I expected it to be for sure, but it's not the perfect foundation. I feel like there is a couple of things that I feel could be better about it. In particular, expanding on the shade range for sure. And then my dry skin might have been a little bit too dry for this one, but if you have normal or combination skin or even oily, I think this foundation is going to be fantastic for you. So I did really like it and I do recommend it. I am keeping this one and I did purchase it myself. I'm just getting all of the foundation like products out of the way. So the next one I want to talk about is this right here. This is the new reformulated Dior Backstage foundation in the shade 2N. This is the product that I am wearing on my face right now, and my favorite foundation type product out of everything I tried in the past few weeks. This reformulation was fantastic, at least for me and my very dry skin. If you were used to the old formula, this is definitely going to be more hydrating and much more glowy, so keep that in mind when you're thinking of repurchasing it. I definitely got lucky with the reformulation, and so did everyone who is normal or dry, because this foundation has a beautiful glowy finish to it. You can see it right here where I don't have any powder on top. Beautiful glowy finish to it. It's not the thinnest foundation, it's not super liquidy, but it's also not a thick creamy. It's like a thin creamy type of formula, which I find flattering. It never gets dry on me throughout the day. It looks beautiful and glowy and hydrated the whole way through the day. I love the way it looks on my face. The shade 2 Neutral works fantastic on me. 10 out of 10 is all I can say. I love it. If your skin is normal or dry, I think you're absolutely going to love this one as well. The coverage is beautiful. It's like a nice high medium coverage, I would say. 10 out of 10. This formula is fantastic. I'm of course keeping it, and I did purchase it myself. Moving on to the MAC Studio Fix Everywhere pen, which is something that I had been wanting to try ever since it came out. I finally got my hands on it a couple of weeks ago, and I love it. The color I got was NC25, and I find that this pen is fantastic on the skin as your foundation type product, or it also works amazingly under the eyes. The shade NC25 is not my favorite base shade, but it is my favorite for the under eye area. I think it brings a lot of brightness to my under eye. This pen has amazing coverage. I would say close to full coverage and a very thin consistency. I find that I put this one underneath the eye, I blend it out, and I don't even feel the need for a color corrector underneath. It covers my under eye purpley hues amazingly. Maybe it has some sort of color corrector built into it. I don't know. I'm just making things up at this point. But it is a fantastic formula. If you're someone who usually puts concealer all over the face and you skip the foundation step, this right here was made for you, because you can use it as your concealer and as your foundation. It is a great 2-in-1 product. 10 out of 10, highly recommended. And I want to go back and get a different shade that works better for my complexion, so that I have my concealer color and my foundation color in this formula, because I loved it that much. Obviously I'm keeping it, and I did purchase it myself. Let's make this next one really quick. Both Rare Beauty and Laura Mercier, besides coming out with the eyeshadow sticks, came out with new pencil eyeliners, and I absolutely love both of them. I think I have the same shades of both pulled out. The Rare Beauty ones are a mechanical type pencil, and I found that they work amazingly on the waterline of my eye. I did not love these for lining on top of my lashes, because I find that they dry down right away, which does make them very long lasting, but it doesn't give them a lot of slip for putting them on dry skin up here. So I did like the Rare Beauty ones, but I like them strictly for my waterline, not for lining the top of my eye with this pencil. The Laura Mercier ones, on the other hand, are a bit more creamy, and I think also a bit more pigmented. I am wearing the color Cocoa today in my waterline, and I find it to be super pigmented, super creamy. See, these are a little bit more pigmented. They glide beautifully. These are some that you have to sharpen. If I had to like pick in between the two, I think that the Laura Mercier ones are a little bit more pigmented and a little bit more creamy, so I prefer these over the Rare Beauty ones. But if you don't like to sharpen your eyeliners, then the Rare Beauty ones would be the way to go. I definitely see myself continuing to use both of these for the waterline. You guys know I love a good waterline eyeliner, and so I am going to be keeping both formulas. Both of these, by the way, were sent to me, but I do prefer the Laura Mercier ones over the Rare Beauty ones. although I think that they are also more expensive, so keep that in mind. Let's talk about some eyeshadows next. These are from LYS Beauty. These are only sold at the LYS Beauty website and on QVC. The color stories of these palettes I thought were beautiful. They are beautiful. However, I don't recommend these. I think they retail for $25 each, which is not bad, but the formulation of these shadows is definitely not a type of eyeshadow formula that I like. I find that the matte shades don't blend super easily. They can become patchy. They either are too much or they completely go away, and that is honestly my main issue with these. The matte shades definitely need to be much creamier than they are. I also don't find them to be super pigmented. They need a bit more pigmentation as well. The shimmers, on the other hand, are pretty good. However, these palettes are half shimmer, half matte, so I wouldn't recommend these palettes just for the shimmers. Obviously, everything should work for you. These were gifted to me by LYS Beauty, which I'm very appreciative of, but unfortunately they just did not work for me. I'm going to keep them for reference though, because maybe they'll better their eyeshadow formula in the future and I'll have something to compare it to. This next product deserves an apology for me. I am so sorry. I'm talking about the What's Up Beauty mascara. It's called Watch Me. This one was sent to me in PR, and when I first tried it, in the video where I first tried it, I told you it did not work for me because it wasn't volumizing enough. It gave me a little bit of length, it gave me nice separation, but I just did not find that it gave me the volume that I wanted. And this is the mascara that I am wearing today, and as you can see, it looks beautiful. There is a learning curve to this wand for sure. I did not know how to use it the first time I tried it. As you can see, this wand is like half regular bristles and half rubber bristles, and I found that the best way to apply this one, the way that it gives me this beautiful like butterfly effect on the lashes, which has volume and length and also separation, is to put the rubber side pointing up and the regular bristle side at the bottom, and use it just in that position all throughout. The rubber bristles separate your lashes, and the ones at the bottom add volume as you're separating them, and it gives you this really, really beautiful lash effect. So I am so sorry that I said you were not working for me the first time I tried you. As you can see, guys, it is a beautiful, beautiful mascara. It's not a perfect mascara though, and I'm not sure how it would work on highly humid areas, because as you can see right here, it does kind of sometimes transfer and smudge a little bit, but like application wise and results wise, it's much better than I initially thought that it would be. This was sent to me in PR. I am keeping it. Let's talk about the bronzer that I am wearing today, which is this one right here from Tarte. This is the Tarte Maneater bronzer, and this bronzer, like I said when I was talking about the Colourpop ones, is one that has a natural finish to it rather than a glowy finish. This is the bronzer that I'm wearing all over my face right now. It has beautiful pigmentation. It has a beautiful finish that I find very natural and very flattering on my skin. It blends like an absolute dream. Color story wise, it goes very, very deep in colors for deep complexions. So everyone has a color that will be flattering on them in this formula. My shade that I chose for myself is the color Sundown, which I think is the second lightest, and I've honestly enjoyed this one every time I have used it. It is identical to my Rare Beauty bronzer. I will say that it is identical. It's like the same exact color, same exact packaging, the finish, the formula, everything about this one is the exact same as my Rare Beauty one, but I do love the Rare Beauty one a lot as well, so obviously this is the same. I love it too. I will say though, because they're so similar to one another, I would just buy the one that is most affordable because they are the exact same product. I am keeping this one, and I bought this one myself. Next, let's talk about this light reflecting eye brightener from Nars. I have mine in the shade Golden Eye, which I at first thought was going to be a bit too yellow for me, but it's not. I think it works well on my complexion, and this one kind of surprised me because I thought it was just an illuminator type product for the under eyes, and so I thought that it wouldn't have enough coverage, and once I tried it, it definitely proved me wrong. This has a nice medium coverage for the under eyes. It doesn't work the best on me without a color corrector underneath, but once I put my color corrector on, I can put this one over top and my under eyes look beautiful. I think it's nice and hydrating. It has a beautiful creamy formula to it, and I've enjoyed every single time I have used it. So if a cream product like this one is something that attracts you, I do highly recommend it. I do also wish that they had a shade expansion because it is a good product. And even though this yellowish one works for me, maybe one with a pinky undertone would work for me even better. Just a thought. So I did like it. I did purchase it myself. If you've been wondering about it, get it. You're going to like it. And of course I am keeping it. This next product everyone seems to love except for me. This for some reason did not work for me. I'm talking about the Dior Rosy Glow blush. I have mine in the shade Rosewood. I did purchase this one myself. This color just seemed to be a color that I would absolutely enjoy, and I gotta say I just don't find any of the colors that this blush comes in flattering for my skin tone. That is issue number one. I just don't like the color stories that they came out with. This color Rosewood I thought would be a good flattering color on me, but I thought it would be a bit more cool tone mauve, and it turned out to be a bit more of a warmer type of peachy pinky shade, and so I just find it a bit too red on my skin. I don't love it. It's not a subtle blush color on me, and the rest of the line also has kind of weird colors, or that super light Barbie pink color that I also am not into. So the color story I don't like, and then on top of that I just don't find this formula to be the most easy to work with. I find that this formula can sometimes look a bit patchy if you don't apply it the right way, or if you don't spend enough time blending it out. So overall, it's just not a product that I would recommend. I don't love this one. There's so many other blushes out there that I would rather reach for over this one. I just do not know what the hype is. So needless to say, please save your money. I don't recommend this. Dior itself has much better blushes in its line than these. Once again, I don't get the hype, do not recommend, but I did spend my money on it, so I am going to be keeping it in my collection, and I'll have it for future reference. I'm trying to power through these because these products seem never ending. I still have like 10 products left and I left the best for last. So this next one here, the Maneater blush from Tarte. This is called the Blush and Glow, and I had zero expectations for it. I didn't think I was going to like this product at all, but I gotta say I love it. I have mine in the shade Peachy Pink, which is beautiful. It is flattering, and this Blush and Glow thing right here is the key to why I love this product. This blush is pigmented. It has a beautiful flattering color, and it has the most special glow to it. The reason I did not think I was going to like it is because I thought that the glow on my cheeks would enhance my texture. It would make me look like my pores were volcanoes, but it does not do that at all. It is a flattering, glowy blush that, to me, kind of eliminates the need for a highlighter over top of it, because it has the most beautiful highlighty glow to it without enhancing your texture, while having a beautiful shade for your cheekbone. 10 out of 10. Did not expect to like this one at all. I swear, I just had zero expectations for it, but it definitely surprised me in the best way. So if you've been wondering about these, I don't think I've heard a lot of people talking about them, but I really love them. The formula is great, and that beautiful glow just makes your cheeks look alive. It makes you look so freaking youthful. I love it. So 10 out of 10, highly recommend. Bought it myself, I'm keeping it. Next, let's quickly talk about the blush I'm wearing today, which is the Pillow Talk blush from Charlotte Tilbury. This is in her matte blush wands, and I knew I liked this formula already because I have two other colors from this line, but I was missing the Pillow Talk color, which is the one I'm wearing today, and as you can see, it looks beautiful and flattering on my complexion. I like that these have a natural to glowy finish. It's not as glowy as these. I I do find that putting a highlighter on top is still flattering with these, but I love the natural to glowy finish. I love how easy they are to blend on the cheekbone, and I love the flattering colors that she came out with as well. So I also really love this one. It's continuously sold out. It's a Charlotte Tilbury website exclusive shade, I believe, and they are 50% of the time out of stock of it. However, if you're interested, definitely sign up for their like notifications for when it comes back in stock, because I do really like it. I think it's worth it, and I find that it is very flattering on my cheekbones. 10 out of 10. I got this one in PR and I am keeping it. Last blush I want to talk about is this one right here from Nars, and you've heard me talk about this blush a few times if you watch all of my videos, because ever since I tried it, I have been obsessed with it. I have mine in the shade Behave, which is a light pinky, peachy type of color. More pinky than anything. Take a look right there. Now, if you like pigmented blushes, if you like your blush to like show up a lot on your cheek, don't get this, because I just don't think you're going to like it. This is for like the sheer blush lovers. If you like to have a very natural flush to your face and for your blush not to be like too obvious, you are going to love this right here. And you also have to like a glowy blush, because this product, as you can see right there on the back of my hand, is a very, very glowy product. If you have oily skin, I also doubt that you will love this one, because like I said, it has a lot of glow in it. But me, myself, with my dry skin and my makeup preferences, I'm obsessed. I love it. I can't stop talking about it. It is the most fantastic blush Nars has launched since Orgasm, okay? And I'm not talking about the color, I am talking about the formulation specifically of this product here. It gives me the most natural looking flush to the face with the most glorious, flattering glow to it. It makes my cheeks look alive. It makes me look super beautiful and youthful. Every time I wear this blush, I'm like feeling the way my cheeks look. It is crazy. It is such a beautiful, beautiful product. Very natural, very sheer, but it is so flattering on my complexion. I definitely want to get another shade of this one. I have Behave, and there is one more color that I want to go for. I forgot the name of it right now. Dolce Vita, I think it is. I'm going back for Dolce Vita in this formula because I find that this blush is incredible. And a lot of people have not given it great reviews because it is a very soft type of blush, but I just find it to be so flattering on my complexion. So needless to say, 10 out of 10, I highly recommend it. I am keeping it and I did purchase it myself. Let's keep going with cheek products. Next, let's talk about the highlighter that I am wearing today, which as you can see, looks beautiful. And that is this highlighter here from Juvia's Place. This feels kind of oily when you swatch it, and it kind of sits on top of your skin when you put it on the back of your hand. See, this is what the swatch of it looks like, and so I thought I was not going to be into this one. I didn't think it was going to work for me. This is an $18 highlighter from Juvia's Place, which is a bit higher of a price point that Juvia's Place usually retails for, but I wanted to give it a try anyways, and I am definitely very glad that I did. This is what the highlighter looks on me. I don't find that it enhances my texture. I find that it looks nice and shiny and glowy and like natural looking on the face, or as natural looking as a shiny highlighter could look, right? The formula of it, I think it's great. It lasts on my skin for a very long time. I find it flattering. The main thing is that I don't think it enhances my pores, and so I do actually really like it. If you have oily skin, I'm not sure how you would feel about it because it does feel a little bit oily, but honestly, once you put it on and blend it out, that oily feeling, I think, goes away, and the being on top of the skin look kind of sinks in beautiful once it's on top of some foundation. So all of the concerns that I had about it were definitely diminished once I put it on my face, and I did end up really liking it. So back to when I was talking about the Colourpop STIX, I said there are other highlighter products that I like better, even in this updates video. And this right here is what I was talking about. I definitely recommend this over the highlighter sticks from Colourpop. I did purchase this myself. I am keeping it, and I like it. I don't know what else I have to say about it. So it's like a 9 out of 10 for me. LYS has these beautiful liquid highlighters. I got mine in the shade Genuine, and I ended up really liking this one. It looks natural on my complexion, and it doesn't give me a super bright in your face type of highlighter look. It's more so natural. I like that because this one is a bit darker than my complexion. It's not too bright, not too in your face. Like I said, it looks a bit more natural to me. The formula feels hydrating. It blends in beautifully, and as you can see, you have a lot of product in here. So you can use this one on its own on your cheekbone, or if you have a product that you would like to add some glow to, you can also mix it with some other makeup products of yours. I liked it. I'm keeping it. It was gifted to me. 8.5 out of 10. Also from LYS Beauty, I tried this other highlighter. This is the Aim High Pressed Highlighter Powder in the shade Champagne. And this one, from me, gets a lower score for sure because it is an extremely pigmented highlighter. I find that it is very, very pigmented for sure, but it has like chunkier glitter particles in it that I just don't find the most flattering on me. And I find that whenever I wear highlighters like this one, my pores look enhanced. Is it blinding? Yes. Is it pigmented? Yes. Blendable? Yes. Very, very creamy formula, but I just don't find this type of product super flattering on my complexion. I'm going to be keeping it for now, I think, just to have it for reference, because I don't think I have any other highlighters like this one from LYS Beauty, but I don't see myself reaching for it often. So if you, like me, feel like a lot of highlighters can enhance your pores, this is definitely one that you want to stay away from. Next, we're talking about the new Charlotte Tilbury liquid lipsticks. These are the airbrush liquid lipsticks from Charlotte. I have the color Pillow Talk and the color Rose Blur, which is the one that I put on earlier to show you. And I gotta say, even though I am a liquid lipstick hater, or I have been a liquid lipstick hater for the past couple of years, these do not feel like liquid lipsticks at all. It feels like you're putting on a regular creamy lipstick. They don't have a super matte formula. They actually have more of a satin finish to them. They feel incredible on the lips. Like I said, they feel like a very creamy lipstick. So super creamy feeling on the lips. I don't find that they dry down, at least they haven't on me, and I did wear the Pillow Talk one for several hours the other day, and it continued to feel super, super creamy on it throughout the whole time that I was wearing it. I honestly didn't think I was going to like these at all before I tried them, but I gotta say, trying them definitely made me change my mind. As far as how much use I'm going to be getting out of them, I'm not sure, because I have been very into just wearing a lip liner with a gloss on top, but they definitely changed my perspective on liquid lipsticks at least a little bit, and I do find them to be very, very comfortable to wear. These were sent to me, and I am keeping both shades in my collection. I tried a new pink powder recently, this one right here from Danessa Myricks, the Evolution powder, and I have really, really been loving it. This is the powder that I'm wearing all throughout my face today. I feel like if you have a very oily complexion, I'm just not sure how much this powder is going to do for you, because I find that it leaves a rather natural finish on my face. I don't feel like it mattifies that much, like I have it right here. And you can see that there's still a little bit of glow right there. So it is a very, very thin powder with a natural finish, and I don't find it to have the best oil control. However, for me and my desert dry skin, it has been working amazingly. And I do like that it has the pink undertone to it because it brightens my under eye. If you have oily skin and you tried the Evolution powder from Danessa Myricks, let me know if it controls your oils, because I don't see it doing that, but maybe I'm wrong. Like I said, I personally like it because I have very dry skin, and I find that it makes everything super blurred. It hides my pores and it looks natural. on my complexion. I purchased this one myself and I am keeping it. For some reason I left the brows for last, but I tried 2 new products from Rare Beauty for the eyebrows and I am obsessed with both of them. In particular though, like my favorite product out of every single thing I talked about in today's video, if I had to pick one favorite, one must-have of this updates video, I would pick this right here. This is the Rare Beauty Eyebrow Gel, which I don't think has launched yet for some reason. Everything else launched except for this one. I will notify you when it launches. This eyebrow gel is the greatest eyebrow gel I have ever tried. I have been swearing by the Brow Freeze for years. This is better. It has a very, very strong hold formula. It keeps my eyebrows super fluffy looking all day long, and it is so easy for me to get them to look like that. I don't have to brush them a bunch of times. It is just simplified my brow routine a bit. It's made things a little bit faster. I can wear my eyebrows a little bit thinner with this one because it has a stronger hold, so I don't have to leave them as long as I used to. 10 out of 10. You can use it before your eyebrow pencil like I do, or you can use it after you put your eyebrow pencil on. It is the best eyebrow gel. I can't give it a higher price that I have. Like, I just don't know what else to say. I highly recommend it. It is incredible and you all need it, okay? 10 out of 10. It was sent to me in PR. It is my new favorite eyebrow gel product, my new favorite brow product in general. Love it, love it, love it. And then last but not least, the new Rare Beauty Eyebrow Pencil. I have mine in the shade Deep Brown, which is what I'm using on my brows today, and I really like this one. The price is awesome for a high-end brow pencil. This retails for $19. The pigmentation of it is great. It looks very, very natural on the eyebrows. The packaging feels weighted, it feels luxurious. 10 out of 10 recommend. If you are looking for a new brow pencil to try, I love this one. It has this type of tip to it, which is not the thinnest, but it's also not too thick. And there's 2 ways to use it. You can use it kind of horizontally like that, where it gives you a thicker line, or you can use the tip of it, which gives you very similar hair strokes as a thinner brow pencil would. So love it, highly recommend it. Of course I'm keeping it, and it was sent to me in PR. I can't believe we finally made it to the end of this video. I am so sick and tired of hearing myself talk. If you watched this video all the way to the end, leave me a winking emoji down in the comment section below so that I know that you were here all the way at the end of this video. And if you are here all the way at the end, I truly appreciate you. Of course, every single one of these products is listed and linked down below in the description box, so if you are going to purchase any of these, please do so using my links down there. Whenever you shop from my links, you are helping out my channel, which is greatly appreciated. If you like today's video, don't forget to please give it a thumbs up. Before you leave, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I love you all so much. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you back in the next video. Bye.